Welcome back, dear students. So after the definition of seed dormancy and the types of seed dormancy, we are comes towards the methods to break seed dormancy. So up to this stage we study the various types of seed dormancy and the reasons behind this, where the seed is not able to germinate under favorable conditions of germination like temperature, light, water and oxygen. So this type of temporary suspension of the seed which is not able to germinate under favorable conditions, that we are going to study up to this stage. Now here in this lecture I am going to talk on methods to break seed dormancy. So the first method is the nicking. This treatment involves cutting the seed at the distal or cotyledonary end with a sharp tool like a scalpel or a razor blade or a large nail clipper. So here this is the one of the way by which we can break the hard seed coat of the seed which is under physical dormancy. So this treatment involves cutting the seed at the distal or cotyledonary end with a sharp tool like scalpel or a razor blade or a large nail clipper. Or so the treatment is practical for treating small quantities of seeds for testing or research purposes, but is time consuming and laborious. It has been found effective in releasing the dormancy of Acacia species, Albizia, Delonix, Terminalia. So if you see this plant Acacia, we called it as in Marathi Babul, Delonix, Gulmohor, Terminalia, Chinch. So in these plants, the if you see the seed, the seed having very hard seed coat. So to break the dormancy of such seed, this nicking method has been used, or a nicking treatment can be given to such seeds. Means this treatment involves cutting the seed at the distal end with a sharp tool like a scalpel, a razor blade or a large nail clipper or nail cutter. Okay, so this is a nicking. Second one is the soaking in water. This is the simplest treatment to give the seed an early start in the germination process. So the germination has been started with the imbibition of the water. So the seeds has been promoted for germination by soaking in water. So this is the simplest treatment to be given to the seeds at an early start in the germination process. It activates the enzymes and mobilizes food reserves, softens the hard seed coats and leach out chemical inhibitors. So when we soak the seed in water, these activities has been occurred in the seed. So when the seeds are soaked in water, it activates enzymes, mobilizes food reserves that has been present in the cotyledons, soften the hard seed coat and leach out the chemical inhibitors that may inhibit the germination. Soaking in water for 2 to 48 hours has been reported to improve seed germination of many tropical tree species, for example Acacia, Albizia. So these two examples we also seen in the nicking treatment. So these seeds which having very hard seed coat, these seeds are soaked in water for 2 to 48 hours. Alternate soaking and drying of seeds has been studied as a treatment to improve seed germinability and increase crop productivity. Alternate soaking and drying for a specified period of time. So such treatment was also found to be efficient to improve the seed germinability. Next is the hot water soaking. This treatment involves soaking seeds in water at 40 to 100 degrees Celsius depending on the species and the seed coat thickness for a specified period of time or until the boiling water cools to room temperature. So this is the hot water soaking. Here the previous treatment is the soaking in a tap water or water having a room temperature. So here the seeds has been soaked in water at 40 to 100 degrees Celsius temperature depending on the species and the seed coat thickness for a specified period of time or until the boiling water cools to room temperature. For example, Cordia sinensis and Melia holkensis seeds require soaking in water at 40 degrees Celsius and then cooling to room temperature. For Acacia nilotica and Tamarindus indica, pouring 80 degrees Celsius water over the seeds in a container and followed by soaking for 24 hours was found to be effective. If you compare these two examples, Cordia sinensis and Melia volcansi seeds with Acacia nilotica and Tamarindus indica, if you see the seeds of these plant species, the previous one having uh, a seed coat which is comparatively smooth than the Acacia nilotica and Tamarindus indica. So the treatment intensity has been increased in the second case. Here, in case of Acacia nilotica and Tamarindus indica, the water temperature is 80 degrees Celsius and they has been soaked for 24 hours. While in case of Cordia sinensis and Melia volcansi, the seeds has been soaked in water at the temperature of 40 degrees Celsius, and the period given when the water cooling to the room temperature, this is only period for soaking. But here in case of Acacia and Tamarindus, the period given is the 24 hours. So the Acacia nilotica and Tamarindus indica, this plant having the very hard, these seeds having the very hard seed coat, due to which it requires the comparatively more hot water and the period required is also more. Okay. Pouring of 100 degrees Celsius water over the seeds of Adsonia digitata, Calendra calothyris and Sesbania sesban with continued soaking as the water cooled off for 24 hours is generally practiced. So depends on the structure of the seed coat or the structure of the seed. This temperature and the period given for soaking has been varies. This treatment is the quickest, cheapest and simplest method for releasing the seed coat dormancy of many tropical species. So this is due to the physical dormancy where the seed coat has been hard because of a one or many layers. So due to which such seeds required hot water treatment for a specific period of time. Next is the acid scarification. So in this method we are going to use the acid. This treatment is effective and practical for breaking seed coat dormancy of many tropical species. So physical dormancy, but it is not commonly used due to its cost, the risk and safety precautions involved. So this treatment is effective and practical for breaking seed coat dormancy of many tropical species, but it is not commonly used due to its cost, the risk behind and safety precaution involved. Here we are going to use the acid. The treatment requires soaking seeds in 95% pure sulfuric acid in an acid resistant container such as thick plastic for various period depending on the species, and draining the acid over a screen, then washing and drying the seeds. The drained acid can be reused. The effectiveness of the treatment can be judged by high percentage of swollen seeds and their dull pitted appearance. So here if seeds are soaked in a 95% sulfuric acid, it can be released from the dormancy. So this acid treatment has to be given for a specific period of time. After that the acid has been drained out over a screen, then the seeds are washed and dry. Okay, so the effectiveness of the treatment can be judged by high percentage of swollen seeds. We can imagine also if we put the seeds in acid, the seeds having a dull pitted appearance, the seed coat become swollen. So these are the some of the characteristics that we can visualize after the treatment. For proper application of acid scarification, the seed moisture content should be less than 10% because higher moisture content makes the action of sulfuric acid more violent with possible seed injury. So for acid scarification or acid treatment, the seed moisture content should be less than 10% because when the seed have higher moisture content, that makes the action of sulfuric acid more violent, that can cause possible seed injury. The acid scarification can be applied either at room temperature or in a heated condition, that is at the temperature of 70 degree Celsius. The timing of this treatment is critical as the soaking period and the post soak washing have to be precisely controlled to avoid seed injury. Next method is the soaking in hydrogen peroxide solution. Soaking seeds in 5 to 30% H2O2, that is the hydrogen peroxide, for 30 minutes effectively reduced seed-borne microflora and stimulated germination of Vanguera infausta and Albizia skimperiana seeds. So soaking of seeds in 5 to 30% of hydrogen peroxide for 30 minutes, that was effectively reduce the seed-borne microflora and stimulate germination of the seed. For improved germination of camphor, cinnamomum camphora seeds, they must be soaked in 15% hydrogen peroxide solution for 25 minutes. So soaking in hydrogen peroxide solution can also effectively release the seed from the dormancy. The period given depends on the type of plant species or the type of seed. So if here we take the example of camphor seeds, they must be soaked in 15% hydrogen peroxide solution for 25 minutes. Physical scarification. So this is another one method given to break the seed dormancy. This treatment can be achieved either manually for small quantity of seeds for laboratory testing or research purposes, or by mechanical equipments like seed gun, Forberg mechanical scarifier, or the cement mixer that we can be used for physical scarification treatment. So in this method, small quantity of seeds, if you are used for treatment in the laboratory or for research purpose, so we can use a mechanical equipment like a seed gun or the Forberg mechanical scarifier. But if you are using the large quantity of seed, then we can use the seed gun. So when small quantity of seeds are required, the glow burner or hot wire is an effective and efficient device for many tropical seeds. When large quantity of seeds are needed for operational sowing, use of a seed gun is effective and efficient. So the various mechanical equipments has to be used for physical scarification like seed gun, Forberg mechanical scarifier, or directly the cement mixer. So seed gun that has been used for large quantity of seeds if you are treated by in a physical scarification. So if we treat the small quantity of seed, then the glow burner or hot wire we can be also use. A sandpaper lined commercial mill was used for Leucaria leucocephala hot or boiling water treatment, although easier to apply in bulk, did compromise on germination, especially when conducted at high temperature. So sandpaper lined commercial mill, so such a rough paper on which the seeds has to be placed. So like this the physical scarification can break the hard seed coat. So this is the way by which we can make the seed coat permeable to the water and oxygen, so it enhances the germination. Next is the stratification. So this is a simple, inexpensive and effective technique for overcoming seed dormancy of temperate tree species depending upon the type of dormancy involved. It is a simple and inexpensive effective technique. Worm stratification is applied for seeds that have a immature embryos. Cold stratification is used to break physiological dormancy, and a combined warm and cold stratification is effective for seeds that have both immature embryos and physiological dormancy. So here warm stratification treatment has been given to the seeds that have immature, that is the underdeveloped embryo but differentiated embryo. Cold stratification is used to break physiological dormancy, and if the seed having both both morphological and physiological dormancy, then warm and cold stratification treatment has been given. So what is stratification? So this is the most important thing. Warm stratification involves placing seeds in a moist medium such as sand, sawdust, vermiculite, peat moss, or a mixture of two media in a loosely covered container at 20 to 25 degrees Celsius for various period of time depending on the species. So stratification involves a layers of a moist medium such as sand, sawdust, vermiculite, peat moss that has been placed, the seeds has been placed in a moist layers of sand, sawdust or vermiculite or peat moss for a specified period of time at the temperature of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. So this is the warm stratification. So warm stratification involves placing seeds in a moist in a layers of moist medium such as sand, sawdust, vermiculite, peat moss, or a mixture of two media in a loosely covered container at 20 to 25 degrees Celsius for various periods of time depending on the plant species. Next is the cold certification. Like the warm certification, the temperature is the only difference here. This involves placing seeds in a moist medium of sand, sawdust, peat moss, vermiculite, or any other porous material in a loosely covered container, for example plastic bag, at 1 to 5 degrees Celsius for various periods depending on the species. So the difference between warm and cold certification is only that the temperature is different. In warm certification, the temperature is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. The moist medium is same, sand, sawdust, vermiculite, peat moss, or mixture of two media. Here also sand, sawdust, peat moss, vermiculite, but the temperature is 1 to 5 degrees Celsius. The most commonly practiced method of cold certification in North America is so-called naked stratification, which requires soaking seeds in tap water for 24 to 48 hours, draining the water, surface drying the seeds, and placing them in a loosely tied plastic bag at 2 to 5 degrees Celsius for various periods. So the cold stratification method that has been used in the North America, it is so-called naked stratification. So in this method, the seeds has been soaked in tap water for 24 to 48 hours. Then the water has been drained out. The seeds are surface dried and placing them in a loosely tied plastic bag at the temperature of 20 to 5 degrees Celsius for various periods. Recently, the cold certification treatment was modified by drying back the seed moisture content to 10 to 15% lower after soaking. So when the seeds has been placed in a layers of a moist medium at a particular temperature, after that the seed moisture content has to be drying back to 10 to 15% lower after soaking, or surface drying the seeds in the mid certification period, then continuing the certification period. This is the another way by which we can modify the cold certification treatment. Okay, so when we place the seeds for cold certification treatment, in the middle we can stop the treatment, surface drying the seeds, and then continuing the certification period. Seed dormancy of Juniperus procera was effectively broken by moist chilling in sand at 3 degrees Celsius for 60 days. So this is the cold or moist stratification, cold certification or moist chilling. Last thing is the role of plant growth regulators in breaking seed dormancy. So some plant growth regulators can also break the seed dormancy. So this we are going to discuss here is one of the method to break the seed dormancy. Here plant growth regulators, for example gibberellic acid is very common method used for breaking the seed dormancy in agricultural crops to improve seed germination. Application of gibberellic acid may be through foliar spray or by giving treatment to the seeds. Foliar spray, when the gibberellic acid has been sprayed aerially to the foliar, means it is sprayed to the aerial part of the plant, that we say it is a foliar spray. If the gibberellic acid has been sprayed to the aerial part, means to the leaves, that spray we call it as a foliar spray, or by giving treatment to the seeds. Different concentration of gibberellic acid are applied which depend on the nature of plant species, type and structure of seeds. Gibberellic acid is also used to break the dormancy of vegetative propagales like corms, bulbs, rhizomes, suckers. The bud dormancy is also broken by application of gibberellic acid in different flowering and fruiting plant. So gibberellic acid was found to be the one of the growth hormone for breaking the seed dormancy and also to break the dormancy of vegetative parts like corms, bulbs, rhizome and suckers. So gibberellic acid when given directly to the seeds also, or it may be sprayed through foliar spray, or it may be sprayed through aerially or to the aerial part of the plant. So different concentration of gibberellic acid are applied which depend on the nature of the plant species, type and structure of the seed. The bud dormancy is always broken by the application of gibberellic acid in different flowering and fruiting plants. So these are the methods to break the seed dormancy. So in this way we finish the methods to break the seed dormancy. Okay. Thank you. Stay home. Be safe.